Hello, everyone. Gary Laubach and John Leone, because we're getting ready for basketball season. The women right around the corner. Next Saturday, we will have a women's basketball game for you. Make sure you tune in. It should be a good one. Let's talk about the women's basketball team under Kia Damon Olson. And, John, I'm going to start, I don't know, maybe with a little bad news, but with a question. We lose our top rebounder. We lose our top scorer, Michaela Andrews and Kayla Drummond. So that's the bad news. The good news is, can we replace them?
Yeah, Gary, we had a chance to watch them a couple of times in the preseason, and I like this group. Obviously, Kayla Drummond was such a workhorse inside. She was our key inside person. And, Michaela Andrews did everything. I mean, she scored the ball. She played defense. She was a good mid-range shooter. The thing that Kia has wanted for the longest time to implement and have the kids feel comfortable with is a positionless kind of team. She can go with 5 guards. She can go with 4 guards and 1 person on the inside. This year, I think she's closer to that than she's ever been. In the scrimmage that I saw, what I really liked was at any one time, 4 of the 5 players on the floor could handle the ball, could shoot the ball, could pass the ball. They were aggressive offensively, which I think is a key to this team. Kia wants to play fast, but if you want to play fast, you've got to have horses that can run. And it looks like this team can do that.
Well, that leads me then to the next question. So who's going to score for us from the outside? Who's going to get us rebounds inside and perhaps some inside baskets?
Yeah, what's very interesting is Bryn Briefert is back from last year. Not overly tall, but she's deceptive in terms of her athleticism. If you watch her, you look at Bryn and you're not sure how you have the quickness, but she works hard to get up and down the floor. And the kid that I'm really, really looking forward to, Jordan Mays. Jordan Mays is a freshman. She's 6'3", and she doesn't just get rebounds that come to her. Now, I only saw flashes as a freshman. She's playing behind Bryn right now. But Jordan can go get the basketball. She's got a good athleticism. She's got great size and length, and I look for her to blossom as the season goes along. I think she's going to be the biggest surprise.
I, too, like the potential scoring ability and distribution ability of a Kay Donahue and an Abby Antignoli. They are veterans, and I think they're ready to have a standout season this year. And if they do, that will make everybody on this team better.
You and I followed the team now for a long time, and Kay Donahue was always one of those players off the bench, a role player, kind of second fiddle to Michaela Andrews for good reason last year. But whenever Kay came in the game, she was aggressive. She wants to score the basketball. And in the scrimmage that we saw, she was really getting after it, not bashful at all. And I think other players feed off of that. They know they've got the green light at the right time. And certainly with Abby and of course Haley Smith, and Kay Donahue is going to be a good one for us.
Yeah, that should get us some baskets from the outside and certainly get us some penetration. Nobody distributes the ball much better in the league than Abby does, so that will be a real key. John, some of the newcomers, let's talk just a little bit about them. Toya Zarinskis, she's going to be, I think, special.
Yeah, she's a local kid from Parkland. I had a chance to watch a bunch of her games last year. She is the prototypical combo guard. Now, she won't have to handle too much of the point guard duties, but again, back to Kia's point about positionless basketball, it's like she's got 2 1.5s out there. She doesn't have a 1 guard or a 2 guard. They're both like 1.5, which means they can dribble it, they can pass it, and the big thing is they can score the ball. Talia loves to score the ball. She's a classic shooter. She's got great quickness.
I think we'll have fans just seeing if you can pronounce one of the names here. Magaila Unalavicidae will be on campus for us. She's a transfer from UNC Wilmington, a Lithuanian player. Obviously, we don't know a great deal about her, but hoping that she shines.
Well, she's 6'3", and she's a transfer student from UNC Wilmington. And the biggest challenge, the thing I'm worried most about, is that Unalavicidae is going to throw a scoring pass to Sada Nachanayagizi, and then I'm in real trouble. It's back to you, Gary.
And I think that could be a possibility. Then we got Rosie Scanamilio. Scanamilio is also a good player. She played at Bucknell and transferred here. Didn't get a lot of playing time at Bucknell, but she looks like she's capable of some good minutes.
Well, if DNA has anything to do with it, she comes from a very athletic family. In fact, she finally saw the light. Her brother is already here as a track runner, so it's an athletic family. Her father went to, I believe it was App State, but there's track and there's rugby and there's volleyball in that family, and obviously she's a good student. She's going to schools like Bucknell, like Lafayette, but it's good to have her on campus. It's good to have her size. She's not 6'3", but she's 5'10", and she's athletic, and she did have some good games for Bucknell last year.
And John already talked about Jordan Mays, the other freshman. Let's take a look at the league a little bit. Loyola is picked to win it, and primarily because of Lex Tarian. She is chosen as the player of the year in the Patriot League, and I think she would get my vote and your vote.
She's so tough, and her dad and family are fixtures at our games. They follow her everywhere. But Lexi does a little bit of everything. She goes by Lex, obviously, but she can, again, a force on the inside, terrific hands, just great instincts. Loyola will be tough, but the league, top to bottom, the league is going to be pretty strong.
Yeah, they picked second Colgate, Taylor Golombeski, I believe it's pronounced, a senior guard. She's outstanding. Boston University has Alex Generis. Navy was Zanai Barnett-Gay. And Bucknell with Ashley Sofakanich. Those are all the all-stars in the league. Lafayette picked to finish ninth. We're certainly hoping that that is not the case.
Well, again, Gary, I think we were in a lot of games last year. I think our biggest problem is making that transition from practice. My buddy, the late Pete Carrill, always used to say there are teams that do drills well, and then there are teams that are well drilled. And you look at a team in practice, and they're doing this drill, and they're doing that drill, and they look crisp, and they look sharp, but you get on the court, and the bullets start flying, they lose it. And Kia's got to make that jump this year, and I think she's got the kind of team that can transfer what she's teaching in practice to executing on the floor when those bullets start flying.
Well, we're going to start seeing some of those bullets flying on Saturday. That game day is November 9th. They'll take on St. Francis. John and I will be there, and where else will we be but behind the mic? Thanks for joining us for a preview of the women's basketball season.